Sigma women are not like anyone else. They move through life carrying an invisible shield, one that protects them from the chaos, manipulation, and emotional games that most people fall prey to. It's not arrogance, and it's not some unattainable sense of superiority. It's a psychological armor forged through fire, built from experiences that have tested their strength, challenged their beliefs, and shaped their identity into something unbreakable. But here's what most people miss. That armor is not just defense, it's power. It's the very reason Sigma females stand out in a world that constantly tries to mold women into being submissive, people-pleasing, and overly accommodating. They refuse to play by those rules. They've built a framework of mental resilience so sharp that it not only shields them from harm, but also allows them to navigate life with unapologetic clarity. People often mistake this armor for coldness, assuming Sigma females are detached or emotionally unavailable. But that's the misreading of a shallow observer who only sees the surface. Underneath, Sigma females feel deeply, sometimes more deeply than anyone else. The difference is that they've learned the brutal truth. Emotions without boundaries can be weapons used against you. They know the world is filled with people who take kindness for weakness, who manipulate vulnerability, who prey on empathy like vultures. And so, a Sigma woman doesn't throw her soul wide open for just anyone to explore. She guards it with precision, sharing her essence only with those who have proven their intentions, integrity, and ability to handle the depth of her being. This armor is not built overnight. It comes from a lifetime of lessons, betrayals that taught her whom to trust, heartbreaks that revealed who truly deserved her love, disappointments that carved wisdom into her bones. Every scar became a piece of that armor, every setback a new layer of resilience. Unlike most, she doesn't let pain turn her bitter. She lets it turn her sharper. And that's why Sigma women are often misunderstood. They appear to be impenetrable fortresses, but really they are warriors who've learned that true strength isn't about avoiding pain. It's about mastering how to carry it without letting it define you. When you interact with a Sigma woman, you quickly realize something different about her energy. She doesn't flinch at the things that unsettle others. Drama bounces off her like arrows hitting steel. Manipulation? She sees it before it even takes shape. Lies? They can't penetrate her clarity because she studies people with an intensity that borders on the supernatural. It's not magic, it's psychology. Sigma females understand human nature. They've observed enough patterns, behaviors, and hidden motives to know what most people are about long before they reveal it. And this is what unnerves others. How can she see through me so easily? Because she's been there before. She's seen every trick in the book, and her armor has been tailored to block them all. This psychological armor doesn't just protect her from harm, it also defines the kind of life she leads. Sigma women don't settle. They don't compromise their values just to fit in or to gain acceptance from a group. They are immune to social pressure, peer validation, and the need to follow trends just to feel relevant. And why? Because their armor includes one of the rarest qualities in modern society: self-approval. A Sigma woman does not need the world to clap for her choices. She only needs to look in the mirror and know she stood by her principles. That kind of mental sovereignty is intimidating to those who are easily swayed by opinions. It's the difference between someone who wears their armor for show and someone who forges it for survival. But make no mistake, this armor doesn't make Sigma females untouchable in relationships. It makes them selective. She is not the kind of woman who entertains meaningless connections. She does not chase. She does not beg. She does not pour herself into someone who cannot handle her depth. And this is where many people misunderstand her. They think her independence means she doesn't want love, or worse, that she's incapable of it. Nothing could be further from the truth. Sigma females crave connection, but only one that's genuine, soul deep, and aligned with their values. They will wait for the right person rather than waste time with the wrong one. Their armor isn't a wall, it's a filter. It separates the worthy from the unworthy, the serious from the frivolous, the genuine from the deceptive. What makes this armor so unique is that it's not loud, it's silent. Sigma women don't need to broadcast their strength or flaunt their independence to prove a point. They don't need to post mantras about self-love or put up quotes about cutting off toxic people. They simply live it. Their boundaries are not up for discussion, their standards are non-negotiable, and their intuition is their ultimate compass. This quiet confidence is what drives people crazy. They can't figure out where it comes from, and they can't shake it, no matter how hard they try. And then there's the darker side of this armor, the part that makes people label Sigma females as intimidating. Once a Sigma woman senses betrayal, manipulation, or disrespect, her detachment is final. There are no second chances, no drawn-out discussions, no pleading. Her armor doesn't just shield her from future harm, it helps her cut ties cleanly and without remorse. This is not because she's cold, it's because she understands energy. The more time you spend on those who hurt you, the less you have for the people and goals that deserve you. She's not interested in revenge. She's interested in preservation of her peace, her power, and her purpose. It's also worth noting that Sigma females didn't choose this armor because it looked glamorous. It was never about image. It was about survival. The world teaches women to be accommodating, to smile when they don't feel like it, to stay quiet when they should speak, to forgive endlessly even when the wounds haven't healed. Sigma females rejected that script. They decided early on that if they were going to thrive, not just exist, but thrive, they needed something stronger than societal expectations. They needed armor. And once they built it, there was no going back. But what really separates Sigma females from the rest is how they use this armor. It's not just for defense, it's also a tool for vision, because she is not easily distracted by superficial noise, gossip, trends, peer pressure. She can focus on building the life she truly wants. Her energy goes into self-mastery, into chasing purpose rather than validation. And that's why Sigma women often rise above the crowd, whether in career, creativity, or relationships. Their armor clears the path of unnecessary obstacles, allowing them to move forward with clarity and confidence. And yet, despite all this strength, there is one thing most people miss. Beneath the armor, Sigma females are not unfeeling machines. They are deeply sensitive souls. They love hard, they dream big, and they care deeply about the world. But their sensitivity is guarded, not flaunted. They've learned that vulnerability is sacred and should only be shared with those who can honor it. To the outside world, this makes them mysterious. To the right person, it makes them extraordinary. The psychological armor of Sigma females is not a prison. It's not a wall that keeps life out. It's a masterpiece of resilience that allows them to live on their terms, love on their terms, and move through the world without fear of being broken. It's the reason they inspire some, intimidate others, and remain misunderstood by many. But to those who take the time to see past the surface, that armor isn't cold steel, it's gold, forged through pain, polished with wisdom, and worn with the quiet confidence of someone who refuses to be anything less than authentic.